What's going on, everybody? This is MudFlap from MudFlap Outdoors with the latest edition of the Broken Down podcast. You know, if you haven't already got your MudFlap Outdoors merchandise, go on to check out MudFlapOutdoors.com. Check out our social media. Seth, after we get done recording this, I'll show you the new line of hats that we're going to have coming out for the summer. It's pretty sick. I'm not going to lie. It was funny. I was sitting there just actually on this couch, and I was like, man, I need to come up with a new design, and I just couldn't think of anything. And then, you know, I had a couple bourbons, had maybe a couple beers, and it just came to me. And then I ended up designing it, got it ordered, and it should be coming in within the next week or so.
Well, I tell you what you need to do is get me your springtime line, you know, for turkey hunting.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I need.
Yep, I'm telling you.
You know, because we're here. Turkey season's here, man.
Oh, yeah. It's funny because the last time, wherever I had you on for the first episode, we could have talked forever. I mean, we were rolling.
We might still be talking now.
Yeah.
You know?
No, 100%. And so it's, first off, thank you for coming back. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Mallard Miles back, if you hadn't already noticed by the voice, or if you're watching on YouTube, by the face, the beautiful, gorgeous face right there. Only a mother could love, you know.
I'm telling you.
I tell you, man. It's so, man. What's been going on? I mean, I ain't seen you in probably about what, a month and a half.
It's probably been, I guess about a month and a half now, because it was right after NWTF.
Yeah, it was after NWTF. When was NWTF? That's been long ago now.
Dude, I've had so much go on since then.
Yeah.
I don't even know when it was, honestly.
Really?
So, yeah, you know, we went to NWTF, and that was kind of like my breaking in point, like of the start of turkey season. That was going to happen, and then everything else was like right behind it. So I went to that, and then as soon as I got back, we did that first podcast.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, we've gotten those two things out of the way. Now it's like we're looking at turkey season here.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, we went to Florida they have two different seasons in Florida. One of the lower part of the state, it comes in first.
Right.
And then 2 weeks later, the northern part of the state comes in. So we went first down to the southern part, and we didn't have any luck. I mean, didn't see nothing, didn't hear nothing. It was like, just go down there, and pretty much we just hung out in the woods, me and my buddy.
Yeah.
So then 2 weeks ago now, I went for the northern part, and ended up, I think I stayed there 5 days. Most of half of that was there scouting before season come in, and then I found a bird. I found a bird. We was on public land, you know, no private. We was on public land, and I found a bird. I went to a ton of different spots, you know, searching for sign and stuff like that, and I found one bird. And so obviously it was like a no-brainer. We're going after him opening day. I haven't seen any other birds. I've seen sign, but I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen anything. And so it's like no-brainer. We're going after him. And long story short, that one didn't work out.
Oh, man. Why didn't it work out?
Well, I would go through the whole spiel, but for everybody here, they're going to have to wait until the episode comes out.
Okay. All right.
We're going to do that. They're going to have to wait till the episode comes out, which is, it will be pretty soon, because that's really the reason I'm here tonight. This is a spur of the moment podcast tonight.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
literally. So it's funny enough. Seth called me actually 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
At the time that we're recording this 2 days ago, and I was like, man, Seth don't ever call me. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, first I've got to change that. But so I was like, all right, let me answer it. So I'm sitting there.
Well, hey, you got to remember, it's hunting season.
It is. I'll give you some grace there. I'll give you some grace. I won't give John Boy grace.
Yeah, if you get a call from me during turkey season, or let's just keep it at turkey season. If you get a call from me at turkey season, most of the time you have some turkey on the land.
Yeah. Well, there's that. But it was funny. He called me, and I was like, hey, what's going on? He was like, hey, man, I need a little bit of help. You know, I got all this footage. I kind of need some help putting it together. I was like, yeah, man, I'll help you out. And then sure enough, you're here. And it was funny. I texted him probably about lunchtime, and I was like, do you just want to do a podcast? And he was like, yeah. I said, all right, let's talk about it. Because, I mean, here's the thing, everyone. What we're talking about, we were going to talk about whether it's on camera, on the mics, on the podcast, whatever or not. Like, it was going to happen. So we were like,
oh, we were going to, it's not a come in, hey, I'm giving you the stuff, and you go through the SD card, get all the footage together, I'll holler at you later. I mean, we're boys anyway, so I'm going to sit over here and talk to you. Why in the world wouldn't we do a podcast? You know, let's talk about what we got going on.
No, 100%. So, okay, so a little background. So after you got done from Florida, it was, I guess, a successful but unsuccessful trip.
Mm-hmm.
You came back, and then I saw you, and that's kind of why you're here. You went out hunting in Alabama, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And I'll let you kind of take.
So today's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Season came in Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had 5 days of hunting.
Right.
I started out in South Alabama. I went back south, you know. After what happened, I didn't want to go south anymore. But I went south. My buddy Jake, he's got some land down there where he lives in South Alabama, and we have a good time running around on that land. It's loaded with turkeys, really good habitat for them. And last year was actually our first year really turkey hunting. Now, he's been deer hunting, but we turkey hunted it. And first time I went down there, he had already told me, he was like, dude, there's birds gobbling everywhere. Like, you have to come down here.
Right.
And I was like, hey, I'm there. And as soon as I could, I got in the truck and drove down there. And the first morning, boom, turkey down. I mean, we had them. I mean, it was crazy. It was like, oh my gosh, like this just happened.
Yeah.
You know, come down to a new area, new place that hasn't been hunted in years, and then here we go. We got a turkey on the ground. So anyway, this year, 5 days ago, we started out. It was Sunday evening. I drove down there, got there, walked back to. Actually, it was about the same place that we killed that bird last year. We stopped in the first place that we hooted. He gobbled, and there was one gobbled 80 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I just look back at him and smile, and I'm like, there he is. I mean, you know, how much easier could this get?
Right.
Like, this is crazy, because turkey hunting, if anybody has actually got into it being a lot, or really got into it in turkey hunts, they know that sometimes it's like taking candy from a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Other times it's like, I suck. Like, I can't get a bird to go. I can't make it work out. I keep doing all the wrong things.
Right.
And, you know, I can sit here and talk for 3 hours on that.
Right.
But he gobbled, and, you know, and I mean, it was like, we got him.
Okay.
So Monday morning rolls around, opening morning for Alabama, March 25th. I always have this pretty elaborate plan on how we're going to kill this turkey. We come in around the backside, and I'm like, we know where he's at. Unless he changed trees during the night, we know exactly where he's at.
Right.
Come in from the backside, and we hoot, and he gobbled. I mean, first, you know, it's like, we're good. He's still there. We're about to kill him. And I think he gobbles 5 times, and that's it. The rest of the day. And so that evening we hunt, and it 8 o'clock, I think, you know, it's dark, and Jake's got to go to work, so he takes off out of there, and I head back here, you know, come back home. And that was pretty much it. I mean, I was like, daggum, we didn't get one opening day. Everything's okay, but we didn't get one. I mean, I seen countless birds die that day from people that I know. I mean, a lot of people had a really good opening day.
Right.
So, let's see, hunted Tuesday, and it was still really windy. Mm-hmm. You remember you started this week, really bad weather, not good, and people were killing birds, but I wasn't.
Right.
Tuesday, didn't hear nothing, didn't see nothing. I mean, it was kind of upsetting.
Right.
Wednesday, went to one of my best spots that I have, and it happened within 20 minutes, maybe.
Right.
I mean, birds down on the ground. I mean, where, you know, it's we done did it. It's time to celebrate. So, that was Wednesday. Today's Friday. We've had the last 2 days. Actually, one of my buddies come here from Arkansas. He stopped in on the way to Georgia. Georgia opens up in the morning.
Okay.
I'll be in Georgia.
Okay.
So he stopped by and we heard some. We didn't get on any.
Right.
It just didn't work out when he was here. So that's kind of what I'm kind of in a little 2-day lull. And 2 days is nothing. I mean, you can go 2 weeks. You can go in turkey season. You can go 2 months, not kill nothing. You know, that's just the way it is. You know, you just got to deal with it. You know, you got to keep pressing on. You're gonna have bad days, which it gets me into one other little thing. I'm gonna say something really short on this.
Okay.
There's people that they like turkey hunting, they like the idea of turkey hunting, and they go turkey hunting. And when things don't work out for them, they don't hear a bird, they don't see a bird, they don't, you know, nothing happens for them. Most of the time it's in the first week, you know, because everybody's amped up. When that don't happen, they're done.
Right.
They go to the house. So you want to be a good turkey hunter, don't worry about what happens on the first week. You keep going.
Right.
Things change. Birds get fired up. So anyway, we got all that from that hunt Wednesday, and we got it filmed, and I think we're gonna be able to put it together, which is why I'm here.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited, you know, because I mean that's, you know, that's what you do is you do camera,
Right.
all things videography, photography, and
Sure.
and you, I mean, dude, you're good at it. I mean, let's just be real. I am, you know, I'm the hunting guy, but dude, you are the film guy. You do good work. I mean, and I ain't gonna short stroke you on none of that, because you do really good.
Well, I appreciate that.
So I'm hoping we get some really good stuff pulled out of there.
Oh, for sure. So obviously you were talking about the episode, and we'll kind of get, you know, a little bit more in detail of that. But obviously I'm assuming, you know, you took your camera down there to Florida and you filmed all that and you got all that. What have you learned so far just kind of about self-filming? Because obviously it's a lot different from just being just an average Joe hunter and just kind of doing it. Now you're thinking of, okay, well, I have to get the footage of the turkey, of the deer, of the game you're going after. Like what have you learned, I guess, through that process?
Man, Wednesday I learned a lot, and I've filmed stuff,
Right.
you know, and the reason that I haven't ever really put any for real videos out is because I didn't think it was worthy. I was like, you know, this just isn't good enough. We didn't do good enough on this, or it wasn't a good enough hunt, or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, so, and most of that was ducks or waterfowl. So anyway, this was turkey. This is different. Wednesday, or let's take it back to, I've had the camera guy. You're one of them. I've been in front of the camera with you behind it.
Yeah.
And not even all the time on hunts, you know, on the music videos for John Boy, when he does his music video stuff, which is a lot of fun. You know, it's a total different setting.
Right.
But and I've had my buddy Radcliffe Howard, Alex Sturgill. So, and they've been with me on hunts, and it's like I got those guys there. I have them there, and they're filming, and I'm able to do what I do. I'm able to hunt, you know, and I don't feel any real pressure besides I know I got a camera on me and what's going on around me, but I'm still just in my zone. I'm holding a gun or a call or whatever, and I'm still good. But Wednesday, everything fell into place. And with me self-filming, being there by myself, holding a gun and a camera and running a call. I mean, you're talking about multitasking.
Yeah.
Brother, it gave me a huge respect for the people that go out there and self-film. Name off a few people I know. And I know some of these guys, they have other camera guys like me that go with them sometimes. Dave Owens with Penn Hody Project, The Hunting Public, Philip Culpepper with Hunt Club, Michael Waddell. They self-film, some, but they also have camera. You know, Michael Waddell and Philip Culpepper, they have camera guys that go with them. Anyway, Wednesday I self-filmed, and what I realized is when it unfolded in front of me, I mean, like, for real, like, the turkeys are there.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about shooting my gun. I was worried about shooting my camera, you know. And at the end of everything, like, I'm done filming. I'm about to load everything up on my back, pack everything on my back, and head back to the truck. And I noticed one thing, that it was different, because all my focus wasn't on, oh my gosh, here's a turkey, looking down the bead of my gun, watching him. Like, I had to multitask. I had to call to him. I had to look down my gun. I had to make sure everything was right, and then I had to make sure that camera was facing towards him. And, you know, honestly, it kind of hurt my feelings.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I mean, because I realized that I didn't have the same emotion as I did.
Interesting. Okay.
You know?
Why? I guess the question is, why do you think that?
Because without the camera, you're not worried about, you're worried about having a good time, calling in this turkey hunting, and, you know, obviously making a good shot, and, you know, just harvesting the bird. And I mean, I'm 25, right. So I've legitimately been turkey hunting, even without a gun, no joke, since I was probably 3 or 4, and that's only because my dad wouldn't get a babysitter, and they'd just take me to the woods instead, you know, when he went turkey. Anyway, but for real turkey hunting, with a gun, probably since I think I was 8 or so, somewhere around in there. So, I mean, a long time.
Right.
And Wednesday, 3 days ago, it felt different. And it kind of hurt my feelings. I mean, and I know that sounds kind of crazy. It's like, dude, you're a grown man. What do you mean it hurt your feelings? Like, turkey hunting, especially around here, we're in East Alabama. Not for everybody, but for a lot of folks, it's even more so than deer hunting, is culture. Like, you either live it or you don't. And when you go for your first time, whether you're grown or whether you're like me, young as can be, like, you get hooked.
Oh yeah.
And obviously that happened for me at a really, really young age. So seeing it in a different light, not being able to take it all in, that's what it is. I couldn't take it all in because I was too worried about it. But at the same time, I got a new feeling.
Okay.
This is when I got back home and I put that SD card in the SD card reader and I put it on that computer and I looked and I was able to watch everything again.
Right.
Like, it put even more joy into me. But I mean, it's crazy how that worked, because now it's not in my, like, I don't have to keep it in my memory bank like all the other hunts.
Right.
I can watch it over and over and over and over and relive it, and not just in my mind. Like, I have it hard on film, you know. So that part is just awesome. Right. And it's just gonna take me a little while to get kind of used to it and figure out what I'm really doing.
Right. No, for sure. And it's interesting you say that new feeling of being able to enjoy it. I mean, obviously that's, as a video producer, content creator, whatever you want to categorize me as, that's literally the feeling I get. So, like, what you experience whenever I had you on for the first episode and Seth said, and I've said it countless times, I have more joy filming other people hunting, fishing, whatever they want to do, like John Boy playing music, you hunting, anything and all that. I have more joy of that. That is my joy. It literally doesn't mean that I don't want to go and do it my damn self, because I do.
Yeah.
But it's like I have more joy doing that, because the smile on people's faces, the footage that we'll get, and literally you looking at the footage. And I mean, hell, we were on FaceTime and you showed me, you're like, dude, look at this. Like, that.
Oh, I was hyped up.
Dude, it's literally capturing moments, and that's the best way to explain it. It's like for me, I have a new respect for music because I started learning to play the guitar, and then now it's like, okay, I get it. Like there's people that probably say, oh, music's done this, or done that, but once you like play, you go, okay, I get it.
There's emotions that come with all different types of things that you do in life, and you don't even know it because you've never done it.
Mm-hmm.
So, with you're a legitimate photographer, videographer,
mm-hmm.
and I mean, obviously I know multiple, but I know 3, which is you and my other 2 camera guys,
mm-hmm.
personally, and all 3 of y'all have said the same thing. Like, y'all enjoy hunting,
mm-hmm.
And it's cool, but y'all would rather shoot it with a camera,
mm-hmm.
And obviously, I don't have that. Like, I'm not like I would rather shoot with a camera because I wouldn't, but I love that part of it now. So I'm like almost 50-50 on it. Right. So I get what you say when you say that.
And it's funny because I also think, because obviously, again, like everyone's like, like basically you were kind of giving me my flowers of like, man, you're good. I think to an extent you almost have a new respect for it because you're like,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because obviously you see me like whenever we were in Panama City filming John Boy's I Can Live With That music video, or out there on the land filming the Good to Be Back music video, like those kind of
some of those things probably shouldn't have been on video, but yeah, all the same.
Don't worry,
like,
it's under lock and key.
Yeah, man. No, with some of it. Some of it you put in there and it's out in the world, but whatever.
Yeah, it happens. But I mean, obviously, like being a part of it, you see it and you kind of go, okay, hey, like that's cool. Like I have respect for just that work ethic. But then once you are behind the camera and you do it, you go, okay, now I get it. Now I understand why someone is good at what they do, or they look at things differently. Like now, you're looking at things different.
Oh yeah, well, and it took me from, like I said, I was upset when I noticed I was packing all my stuff up. I had a turkey on my back, but I was upset because I knew I didn't take it in like normal, because I was focused on something else. But it took me from right then in that moment until I put that SD in and that video popped up, and then it was like fireworks.
Right.
I was like, I got it. Like I got it on film, and this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. I get where you're coming from, and like you say, it's like a new light on everything.
Yeah, and it's funny. Again, like think about our parents when they had the old, VHS, DV, tape cameras, and they were filming everything. Like Easter's, Christmases, birthdays.
Oh, well, they're talking about annoying. I mean, look, even now,
right?
Even now, I mean, maybe not now because now I'm kind of used to being kind of in front of the camera, taking pictures and stuff like that. Just for the hunting stuff or whatever. Right. But back then, my mom, my aunts, they were like, "Come on, we're about to take a picture. We're about to, do this for their video." I'm like, "Would you please take that thing off me? Like, I don't want to take a picture." And most of the time, the reason was if we was going to take one, it was going to be 15 of that one picture. Dude, because it's not right the first time. No, which now it's kind of crazy because it's like the roles are reversed. They'll take a picture and I'll go look at it. I'll be like, "No, that's not good. Take another one." Things. There needs to be somebody could make $1 million as you grow up. Things that change as you grow up. Yeah. That's one of them. I figured out.
I mean, hell, it sounds like we just need to write a book or something.
Oh, it would sell.
Oh, 100%.
I think it would sell. They wouldn't have a clue what they were reading because it would go. You know what I'm saying? Oh. It would literally just go from one thing to another, and they would be like, "Okay,
stream of consciousness."
These boys are either, they got some screws loose, or they're half lit, or we ain't sure what's wrong with these people.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna be a little bit of both. All three of them.
Who knows? But they'd be like, "Yeah, let's not read this anymore because this is giving me a headache."
Dude, I'm pretty sure it's going to go from chapter 1 and it's going to sound pretty elegant and everything. By chapter 5, they're going to be like, what in the hell are they talking about?
They could be like, man, this is so jumbled up and don't make no sense that I'm into it.
Right.
And they may love it, you know. You never know.
I know. See, and it's funny, you know, I hate that I can't go out to Georgia with you tomorrow.
Yeah, I was pretty upset about that too. So I got upset twice.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just Mr. Heartbreaker here.
Yeah.
You know what?
Are you John Boy Story or what?
Dude, that's a great song. Look, if you haven't heard this song, Mr. Heartbreaker, it's by this great artist named John Boy Story.
Oh, he's fantastic. I mean, John Boy Story. And, well, you know what? I ain't even going to say what I was going to say. But, anyway, is Mr. Heartbreaker, I believe, is on his EP.
Yeah. I believe it's on his EP. And honestly, I think it's his best song that he's written.
I don't know, man. It's almost like every time he writes a new one, I'm like, dude, you just wrote your banger right here. Yeah. This is going to take you. And, I mean, he just keeps getting better and better and better. So, man, but that song, like, he started off with a banger. Like, yeah, it was crazy how good it was. But yeah, y'all go listen to it because y'all love that one.
Dude, it's really great. I know he's really proud of that song too. So, like,
yeah, no, he is, and that was one of his younger year songs. You know, when we were in high school. So
yeah, I do remember.
Now, like nowadays, he would have never put that out.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
and it's funny
because he's in a different era of his life, like we are.
Yeah, no, you know, exactly. Like literally, like it's funny enough. I look back at my life 5 years ago, and like honestly, like the content or videos I've done, and I go, damn, like that's awful. Like what the hell was I thinking?
Oh,
and then you just keep going, and you're like, damn.
5 years ago, I'm like, what was I doing?
Yeah.
You know, being in school, or I'm like, I was wasting time. You know.
No, I mean, I get it. I mean,
not really, but like for us, it's like we should have been doing something else. But I ain't saying don't go to school, folks. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
It's just not for everybody.
No, it's not. I mean, and that's the thing. You know, it's funny enough. Like my dad, hardworking man, blue collar. He went to trade school, and then he's done that forever, and he's still doing that.
Well, I went to trade school, and I didn't do it, so.
Dude, it happens.
I mean, I ain't gonna say I tried. I went into it, and then I was like, I ain't doing this, which I do a trade. I'm a construction worker.
Right.
Residential construction is what I do. But obviously everybody knows me for hunting. Maybe one day that will be like a legitimate thing of where it's like that's all I'm doing. That would be awesome.
So I mean, hell, you know what? Circling back over here, speaking of hunting and what kind of started this kind of episode and talking and whatnot. Talk about the episode. Like what's the goal of the episode?
Not just the episode, but the whole makeup of what we're doing is basically a lot of people, they like to say, which I think it's a nationwide thing now. You know, when turkey season comes about, people go on their own personal turkey tour. You know, so we're on the turkey tour right now. Our turkey tour is totally different from other people's. You know, we got our own stakes picked out. We got our own times picked out, whatever. So what I want to do, what I'm trying to do with my videos, with the brand, is show the reality of what really happens, what goes on out there. So with what happened in Florida, with what happened in Alabama this past week, like what really happened out there? How did I really feel? What was my emotion about it? How did it go down? Not the fancy edits. I mean, obviously you got to have some edits in there. Make the video spruced up. I get that. But make it to where people see it for how it really is, how it really happened. So that's exactly what I'm going after. And I really don't. There's nothing else to say besides just the reality of it. I mean, that's just as simple as it can get.
Right. So basically what you're going for is pure, raw emotion.
Yeah.
What it is. You know what? You didn't hear a turkey. You didn't see a turkey.
Yep.
Get a turkey down there in Florida. Now you're going to say, I didn't get one. It's awful. I hate it. I hate it that I didn't get a turkey. And it took you, 2-3 weeks later to finally hear one and actually get one.
Yep.
Days after that.
Yeah.
And like, damn, here we are. And that's the reality of it.
Yep.
Because, and it's no knock to anything on like the Outdoor Channel, Hunt TV, Pursuit Channel, or anything like that. Because obviously, in the production world, you have a time to fill. You have like 28, 30 or whatever, or 26, 25, 30 with the commercial breaks and everything. And obviously, if you're going to pay for like YouTube TV Sling or your cable subscription or whatever, you got to be entertained. You have 30 minutes to entertain someone.
Right.
And that's why you have to spruce it up, and you have to sit there and say, we were really close and this is how you do it and all that. And you put what I like to call movie magic on it. But the crazy thing about social media is you don't have to. Like with social media, you don't have to put the movie magic on it. You can be as real as you want.
Yeah.
And have your episode as long as you want, as short as you want, and be like, here, this is exactly what happened.
That's exactly what we're going for. And I'll tell you what, man, it's kind of crazy, but if the people around this area of Alabama if you were able to see that group text and the drama that goes on between all these people turkey hunting around here, it would go viral.
Really?
Oh yeah. And I don't think, because I don't know really how it is out of Alabama, the state of Alabama, but the states in the southeast, northwest, whatever, I haven't heard of anything as bad as Alabama and the drama that goes on. Because a lot of it has gone to social media because people want to show off, and I get that. Right. Obviously, dude, you're proud of what you've done.
Yeah.
Of what you have, and I get that. But man, it's like, instead of people being happy for each other, like, hey man, you got a turkey, like, dude, people get pissed. It's crazy. So I just want to show the reality of what happens in the woods, and without trying to be like, hey, I'm the best there is out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just want to say, hey, we got a turkey today.
Right.
This is how we did it. Check this out. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, whatever.
Dude, well, first off, I love that you're doing this because, again, like obviously we're friends, but now it's like we have more to talk about. We have more to kind of, and you already picked, like, I feel like eventually you're going to start texting me and calling me and be like, hey, I need to pick your brain on the production side of things. Like how do you think I should do this? Or I may say, hey, if you want to self-film, like, do A, B, C, and D. Because I'll give you a turkey hunting story right here, because I actually been one time. Actually, I've been twice. Yeah, I've been twice. So I linked up with a guy out there in Midland, or actually, no, it's Waverly Hall, Georgia, and he had some land, and so we went out there, and he had his own little hunting TV show. And so I went out there, went hunting with him. We heard something. I don't know if it was a turkey or if it was someone else calling it, and we were calling each other.
I think that happens to me every morning.
I'm sure it does.
I'm wanting to hear a gobble so bad, and I'm like, is that one?
Yeah, but are we sure?
Oh, that was a woodpecker. Cool.
Yeah, dude, it's and that's the funny thing about deer hunting. Like, you sit there and it's so quiet. A damn squirrel sounds like a horde of buffalo in there.
Oh, you're sitting with your head caught. Your neck starts hurting.
Yeah,
because you're waiting for this big 10-pointer to walk out right there, because you've been hearing leaves crack for 15 minutes, and it's getting closer and closer.
Right.
All of a sudden, you see that little gray squirrel, and then he hops on a oak tree and crawls up. You're like ticked off.
Oh yeah, 100% pissed. Hell, and so we went, and I was hauled a tripod, camera, And so I was like, hey, let's do this shot while we're just walking, just get extra footage and all that. And then over time, you're literally going to start thinking that way. You're going to be like, damn, I need to get this shot to kind of walk, to kind of just stretch it a little bit, make it a little bit more interesting.
Oh, I will say this. Maybe you're right a little bit, but you're wrong. And because when you go hunting with me, if it works out quick, it just works out quick. But most of the time it doesn't. And we will be walking so far. You will be like, I'm so tired. I don't want to do nothing. I don't have time. I don't want to set up for nothing. I don't have time to set up for nothing. We are turkey hunting and I'm like, I ain't about to set up this GoPro.
Right.
Or this camera, turn it on and walk past it, so I can get a slow-mo shot. That ain't happening. Not happening. Maybe if you were out there with me, maybe. But more than likely, I'm like, hey, we got a good time limit of it being a hot hour.
Yeah.
And we got to go.
Right.
So.
Oh, dude, I get it completely. And so, and I think that's why a lot of these hunters, and that do like content and these hunting shows, that's why you have to have a field producer out there to kind of say, hey, if you want it to be good, we got to do this. I know we're trying to do this.
Well, it depends on the look.
Oh, for sure.
You want, too. Because I've noticed, that when you really want to do the video stuff,
right,
you start watching other people's, or you really start dissecting other people's videos, the people that have already made videos, and then you realize, okay, theirs are different from theirs because they did this and they didn't do this, or vice versa, or whatever. This is different in this way, and then you realize, okay, I don't want that. I want this, but I don't want exactly what he did either. I want that, and then you come up with your own.
Yeah, and that's what you just said is exactly how people, I guess, in my industry, video producers, content creators, that's how we find our style. We pick out and go, hey, we like that. We like this. We like that. We don't like that. And that's how we come up with our style. And so now, like, especially in the area, there's a couple of video producers out there. Like, when you see a video, you can go, yeah, like, there's a couple things you can pick out and go, all right, that's a Cody Baker video. Or that's a so-and-so video. That's a so-and-so video. And it's just little details because it's all theory-based for the most part. But you can kind of pick out those little things and go, yep, that's a Cody video.
Yeah. No, I can definitely say that. But, I mean, I've just now started really looking into that. But you have to be different. You want to be different.
Oh, for sure.
It's not like, hey, I can't do that because I want to be different. It's like what you said. That's not exactly what I want. I want it this way.
Right.
And then you have your own style. Yeah. I can tell you, I can watch a video without seeing anybody's face and I'll tell you exactly whose video it is. Like that, So I get exactly what you're saying. And I think it's going to be cool if I get to that point to where people are like, that's Mallard's video right there.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. No, and it's funny because, I was talking to John Boy about this, I think we were talking about video work and all that. And he's like, man, I don't know, but he was like, I don't know what you do, but I love your style. And I said, well, I appreciate it. I just know what I like.
I'll tell you one part of it. This is huge. You take a lot of the bull crap that don't need to be in there, and you don't put it in there. I mean,
Well, I mean, and I also think,
you don't try to overdo it. Is what I'm saying. You do. You have that. You know where that fine line is, and you don't cross it, and it turns out awesome, pretty much every time.
Well, I appreciate it, but it's also, I also think it's a trust. I mean, obviously, like for a music video, it's different because, you listen to the song like 5 Miles Above, for example, that's a slower song. It doesn't need fast cuts. It doesn't need a lot of stuff. Sometimes it's a lot about breathing. It's a lot about pacing. Then you get something like...
Well, you realize that,
Yeah.
So that's going into the mind of a producer, videographer, Yeah, you get that.
Oh, yeah.
So now... Which I'm not dealing with that. That's why I'm bringing it to you. But I'm, that's what I'm about to have to start really, really looking at. Which, I'm excited, and I guess we're probably about to have to do that.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, dude, it's funny. We started this and said it's a deal. We could talk for 3 hours, but yeah, I mean, in a minute we're probably going to have to actually start doing what we're doing, and I need another cold beverage here.
Yeah, I hear you.
But Seth, it's always a pleasure to have you on. talk about everything that's going on. If you haven't checked out Mallard Miles, check him out on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook is Seth Miles. You got to check him out because, hey, we're about to work on your first episode, and it's going to be a banger. I already know it. You know it.
First episode of the turkey series.
It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be a good one.
It'll be Mega Strut Dreaming Spring. That's what it is. So, you just got the logo done, got it back.
Oh,
I think it's pretty fire.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for y'all to see it. So we're about to get this thing done, and y'all be ready for it. So
for sure. Thank you everyone for tuning in to the Broken Down Podcast. I'm MudFlap. This is Mallard Miles. As always, keep on keeping on, everybody.